Right, so Callum are a British car manufacturer and Formula One team, most renowned for their lightweight sports car, the 7.
Business strategy takes foremost initiatives from top-level management to identify its direction and the planning required. The formation of these strategies depends on the size of the organisation and the amount of change in the business environment. Large transnational firms use highly structured strategies in relation to the scope of operations and the need to cover stakeholder outlook. Strategy formation relies on current operations. Haley states that in the rapid changes that characterise these markets, information used to form business strategies can quickly become obsolete.
On this, what emerging technologies and information systems are relevant to my organisation?
There are both internal and external means of collaboration which could be successfully applied at Caterham. Collaborative software and other web-based tools constitute a paradigm shift in the way that companies make decisions. This paradigm shift, coined Decisions 2.0, represents improvements that can be made in businesses' processes by more effectively managing the collective intelligence of the organisation and general population to enable businesses to benefit from the wisdom of crowds through crowdsourcing.
Can you give me an example of this being implemented in another automotive company?
Fiat effectively integrated a product development scheme using the knowledge and ideas of people around the world in their viral crowdsourcing marketing campaign. The project was an immense success and resulted in the development of the Fiat Mio concept car in 2009. Another emerging technology, cloud computing, is the use of computer resources delivered across a network, typically the internet. Traditionally, companies use physical servers which have been expensive in terms of time, money and space. Whenever users now need computing power or IT services, they get them from the cloud. Applications to support the business processes can be quickly scaled up or down if needed. Whilst there are three types of cloud computing delivery models, software as a service would best fit Caterham's strategic business model.
What ideas do you have that we could implement at Caterham?
Well, based on the success of other automotive companies that have implemented similar projects, such as VW, we have come up with a strategic application portfolio. This outlines that the project will allow us to benefit from doing new things and some things better, and that the results should be measurable and some of the results will also be quantifiable and financial.
Yes. What specific technologies would you recommend that we apply to my business model?
Well, due to the innovation-led nature of the automotive industry, it should be a priority for Caterham to stimulate ideation, and implementation of Enterprise 2.0 will create an internal collaboration platform through which employees can share ideas and communicate more easily, thereby stimulating innovation within the firm, which will in turn lead to increased efficiency. For this, we suggest that you use Microsoft SharePoint's cloud-based collaborative software. It is recommended that your company utilises an enterprise resource planning system.
So what is this ERP system?
Well, an ERP system effectively integrates information between the different departments into one software application and facilitates the flow of information across the organisation.
In a day-to-day business context, how will this operate?
Well, Enterprise 2.0 can be applied to Caterham by initially providing employees with blogs and wikis to encourage the sharing of user-generated content within the organisation. Employees' email inboxes will be linked to the software to enforce its usage. The software will assist the daily running of the manufacturing process and manage the supply chain. Due to the nature of the industry, it is essential for a business like Caterham to effectively coordinate their broad range of suppliers.
What benefits will this have for my business?
Well, the project would help to decentralise the structure of your organisation by allowing staff to become better connected.
The bureaucracy in a firm will be flattened due to easier communication between staff members using external social media accounts such as Twitter or Facebook and internal social media accounts such as Yammer or Jive. This collaboration between different departments leads to higher efficiency, increased competitiveness and ultimately a better product for the consumer.
These same technologies have also allowed for a shift in how customers can communicate with a business.
Web 2.0, for example, has resulted in companies becoming a lot more transparent. There's been a real societal shift in behaviours and attitudes towards companies and their employees. Through the annual report, the public can see how we are doing and are able to discuss this over forums and social network sites.
In terms of communication, technology allows customers to communicate with online avatars and forums to ask any questions they may have.
However, as well as this communication being a good thing, there are some negative aspects with allowing customers this much interaction. Criticism can now reach a lot more people than it would have done in the past. The customer only needs to post a status about a certain product on a social networking site to potentially affect all their friends' thoughts on a product. Companies have very little control over this, and this can create large detrimental effects.
How will our cost base be affected?
With increased internal collaboration, your cost base should shrink as very few researchers will need to be brought in from outside. For instance, if your F1 team develop a new type of suspension, your commercial division may be able to bring it into use in their cars. Another advantage is that it frees up time and resources which can be used in other products.
The actual cost project.
Well, there are many different costs involved with this project, so here's a copy of our predicted cost assessment.
The cost assessment includes purchase costs, internal systems development costs, costs of carrying out the business change and ongoing costs. Our first year estimate has been calculated at around £160,000 with ongoing annual costs of approximately £100,000. Finally, here are the risks associated with the project.